Hey YouTube, as many of you know, the Ho-Ho event is coming tomorrow, and Niantic made two very positive changes. So we're going to go over those positive changes, talk about what they are and why it is so valuable, and then talk about other changes that I think Niantic needs to start introducing that have been on people's mind for a while but have not changed yet. They've now made a couple changes in a row to introduce better quality of life stuff and change the way of like you have to play a certain way, and now they're kind of relaxing some of those. So I'm going to give some ideas of other things that we've been asking for a while now that they really should start thinking about. And some of these have already been covered before. But let's go through the raid day. It is tomorrow, Sunday, January 19th from 2 to 5. 5 free raid passes, an increased chance of getting shiny Ho-Ho. And then two big things coming up here. First time ever, remote raid passes can be used to participate in shadow raids. So before, these were always local, which always hurt just remote or like small areas that don't have the population, or if you can't get out for the specific time of the event, like if you have kids or other things going on. So it was always tough to get these shadows, and now you can remote raid in. So that is a huge positive. The remote raid will increase to 20 because they expect people to do it, and they're probably right. People will probably do it because Ho-Ho caught via shadow raids during this event may have higher attacks, defense, and HP. So if you're looking for if it has a higher base stat and you purify it to get the extra 2 levels, you have more likely a chance to get a hundo. So right off the bat, great there. And during the event, you can use a charge TM to teach it Sacred Fire. Now, Sacred Fire was a legacy move that you can now use just a charge TM, not even elite, to get this legacy move on it. So this isn't the first time they've done this. And for those of you who are newer to GBL, Dugong only has the 2 stars besides Ice Shard and Icy Wind right now, but it was actually a triple legacy because Drill Run was also a legacy on that Pokemon. And they removed the legacy part of that. So it's not the first time that they've allowed you to use the TM to get what was a legacy move. I don't know if this will be a normal thing or if this will be. I feel like this will be just for like specific events. So like maybe if we get like a Shadow Mewtwo raid or whatever, it's like maybe you could just TM Side Strike on it, sort of thing. But it would have to also align with a Team Go Rocket event, because that's the only reason we can do it now is because you can TM away frustration right now. So to be able to TM it and get Sacred Fire would be huge. I wonder how many times you need to re-roll this. That is one thing. Actually, it wasn't even on my list, but let's talk about one thing that needs to change right now. Niantic needs to allow you to choose the charge moves from the global base. So right now, I don't have a graphic because it truly just popped into my head right now. But right now, you use your TM and it says, do you want to get rid of this move? You click yes, and it gives you one of the other moveset moves. So the problem with that is, let's just bring up PV Poke just to give you the problem with that. It does not roll around, and it just gives you, it's just whatever chance. So let's just go to Diggersby. We won't talk about return, but it has Scorching Sands, Fire Punch, Dig, Earthquake, and Hyper Beam on it right now. So let's say you're lucky enough to have Fire Punch on it, and let's say you have Dig on it. So you want Scorching Sands because that's the main move. You have to use a charge TM. Now the problem is you only have a 1 in 3 chance to get Scorching Sands. It could either be Scorching Sands, Earthquake, or Hyper Beam. So you only have a 33% chance that it is and a 69% chance that it is not. So let's say you reroll and you get Hyper Beam. The problem is it's not like Dig is now taken out of the rotation. It's still in the rotation. So next time you re-roll to try and get Scorching Sands, you can get Scorching Sands, Dig, or Earthquake. So I have used, and I'm sure people have had more, I've used like 15 TMs to try and get one move, because I would go like, I'd have Dig, and then I get Hyper Beam, and then I go back to Dig, and then I get Hyper Beam, then I get Earthquake, then I get Hyper Beam, then I get Dig, then I get Earthquake, then I get Dig, and then we just like roll these 3 like 15 times, and then finally give you Scorching Sands. Like, yes, don't let us use the TM as an elite TM, but let us see the move base that there is, so we can choose the one we want. Like, that is such an easy feature, and it really solves the problem of the TMs that people do not have. So that would be my first suggestion for that. Second suggestion is global lucky trades. This one truly does not make sense. You can even lock regionals if you want. Like if that's your main concern, lock regionals. You can add a friend anywhere in the world. You can battle anyone anywhere in the world. You should be able to trade with anyone anywhere in the world. This is my friend list. I have 31 lucky friends. Some of you subscribers who I will never ever be anywhere close enough to trade. These lucky friends, I've actually had way more than 31. I've actually just deleted people that I just know I will never interact with. So you've got to be able to global trade these lucky, okay, you just limit the, if you want people to be close and interacting on trades in general, keep it for everything but luckies. Let people global lucky trade, limit or even just restrict the Pokemon. Do not let them be regionals or something like that. Just like legendaries and just whatever Pokemon shinies that you want. But give us the option, because otherwise, like these, not that these people are anyone's that I would delete anyways, because they're subscribers and faction member here. But like if you're never going to, what I should have shown is my best friends that I just do not interact with anymore and don't send gifts to. And there's probably close to 75 friends that I'm best friends with in the game that I just don't send gifts to. Because like, what's the point of hitting lucky friends if I will never see you and never be able to trade you that? So global trading needs to come. It's terrible that we still don't have it after all these years. Speaking on the friends thing, I love this at the raid. I don't use it as much, but like being able to just see people that are at raids and go and like, oh yeah, I do want to join a raid for this Pokemon, and just go and add yourself, allows you to do raids for Pokemon that you want, and also potentially helps the other person who may not have enough people, and then you're just joining the raids and help them out. So that is fantastic. They have added can receive a gift. So now you can, that was not something that happened in the past, but now you can organize by like, it will show people who don't have gifts. So you can just kind of go down the list there. However, they do not have a mass distribution button. And it's not just with this, it's also like the animations. I don't have like the animation images, but they don't have a mass distribution button. And there are times that I'm sitting with 20 to 30 gifts in my inbox, but I don't want to individually click 30 names and send the gift. Click send, click send, click send, click. Like there's got to be a way. Send these 30 gifts out. I don't care who, just send them out. You can maybe even like give people the option to like you're gonna delete pictures from your like phone, where you can just like hold them down and then just like click a bunch of people, like send gifts to all these people. Like there's got to be a way to implement this. I'm glad they do now give you the option to see who can receive a gift, because that actually does help, as opposed to just having go down your friend list like you had to before. But yeah, if you can blast out gifts, that'd be great. And what it comes down to, and I don't have an image for this, is the amount of time that is wasted with, and I get it, they want you playing this game as long as possible. So stuff like this and the animations, the evolving animations, I don't evolve Pokemon needlessly because of the stupid animation it takes to do it, right? It's a waste of time. So if you can like speed through the animations, just like let me click and bypass it. And I know they just want you to play the game as long as possible, because if you can like bypass animations, you're more likely just to close the game. So that, I think that's the logic. But it just seems like such a waste of time, and it's something that's so small that will deter me from doing certain things in the game. Just with these like longer term animations, like catch it, like you can quick catch. Like how many people, if you're out there playing, how many people actually throw the ball and just let it shake 3 times, or how many of you are quick catching? I've got to imagine the majority of you are quick catching. Because again, people don't want to sit through these boring animations. So there's that. GBL, just got the leaderboard here. I'll talk about the leaderboard in a sec. But there's 3 things for GBL. The first one is give us a practice. Being able to practice with a team. I mean, 1, fix your game. That's 1. But 2, let us practice. Have a practice session. Because right now it's just like you play GBL or you in like the league or you don't. But like there's new Pokemon you want to test out. There's teams you want to test out that you either have to go find a friend and test out on your own or just go straight into battle to do that. So there should be a practice. That's been asked for a while. Show 6, pick 3. Don't have the same pick like a blind 3 every single time. Like the tournaments, like the Play Pokemon tournament is a show 6, pick 3. Yes, it would add a little more time, but it would be such a nice change. And the way that, and again, the way the Play Pokemon Championship is done. So it would just like change up the game and I bring more interest to it if it changed up something as opposed to just being like the same old. And the leaderboard, again, this only affects a select few. But for those of you who don't know, I've hit up to number 18 on the global leaderboard, and there's absolutely no reason to be on the global leaderboard. Your wait times are 5 minutes between a battle. Your elo gain and loss is crazy. Like I remember when I was at 18 on the global leaderboard, I went 4-1 and I gained like 2 points, and then I went 2-3 and I lost like 60 because the elo is just so crazy up there to try and actually move. So it once you get to like a certain level, you should just be like points based for wins and losses. And the other thing is reward these people. There's truly, you gain elo slower and lose it faster at this rate, on the leaderboard. Your wait times are 5+ minutes for battles, and you have absolutely nothing to show, but you can have like pride, and you can, I mean, getting number 1 on global leaderboard is good. You can be clickbaited in a video. But there's really no incentive to be on the leaderboard. So incentivize people. I mean, they'll have to get the cheaters off there, but like give the top person in the world a specific avatar and whatever clothing for coming first. Give the top 50 certain items. Give them XL candies. Give them something. Like incentivize people to make that push, as opposed to just like, who cares? Like right. So there's just these little things that Niantic could do that could really improve the game. On top of the big fixes, like I said, they need to fix all the bugs in GBL. They need to stop. These events need to have more to them. You can't just recycle Pokemon a million times. You can't slow roll the release of new Pokemon. You can't egg and raid lock all these new Pokemon. Like there's the core aspects of the game that I think need to change, that I don't think Niantic will want to change, because they have a very specific idea of how this should be run. But there are other areas where making changes, like allowing you to blast out gifts, or allowing you to choose the charge move, would have such a positive benefit for players without affecting the huge "you need to play the game this way" thought process of Niantic, right? So I think that these changes could be made. Honestly, kudos to Niantic for giving us these options: remote raiding, and then being able to use the charge TM to get Sacred Fire, which was a move previously just hidden behind elite TMs. So both positives. Again, I crap on Niantic a lot, but these are very positive changes. I just hope that they are one of many positive changes to come, and not just like a one-off thing. Like even if these start coming up more in other events, like you don't need to make the changes permanent, but if these start, I think the remote raid into Shadow is permanent, I think. But like if you start like allowing us during raids to start just TMing the legacy move. So if we get an Origin form Dialga to get Spatial Rend on it, I think Spatial Rend is the one on Dialga. Like, you can just TM that instead of having to just like hopefully get it. Like, you didn't even get it guaranteed with Dialga a lot of the times. So if you can just like TM that one, that would incentivize me to go grind this more. So if they make those changes, I think people would actually play more. Anyways, those are my thoughts. I'm sure you have more. Like I said, this has been done before. So these are probably not new ideas, but just let me know other ideas you may have. That is it. Thanks for watching. One more update. I'm so pissed. Okay, so this is just Dan talk, but it affects the interview ones I wanted to do. Because what I want to do, for those of you who do not know, I shoot right now. What you're seeing right here is my phone. Obviously where I play, but I'm not playing when I'm doing like showcasing videos or battles. So I can just shoot my video off my phone. What I wanted to do for the interview style is have like camera setup and interview content creators while also doing like GBL battles. So I need my phone to do the GBL battles, which means I either go off my second older phone, but I actually have a camera. Now, I got the camera for free. I won it. It is a fancy, super fancy Lumix, Panasonic Lumix DC FZ80D camera. It's a very expensive camera, but I got it for free. And I'm like, yes, I can now use this camera as my main webcam. You saw the video and audio quality from the, if you watch my Toronto regional, I used that camera when I was in Toronto. But I was like, good, I can get a capture card I got a capture card for Christmas. I can link that as a capture card and use that as my webcam, so I can use this as my phone to play the game. And I plugged in the capture card and I plugged this in, and the capture card was on, it was working, and there was no signal. And I did a bunch of research, and this freaking model, it's not just like Lumix, different models of the Lumix, like the G7 would work, but this specific model does not allow like its output to flow live. So I can't use it as a webcam. That's a fancy way of saying like I can't use it as a webcam. So I need to basically, what I'm going to do is sell this camera and use that money to buy a new camera that will allow me to work in it. But I don't know the timeline on that. I don't know how easy I can sell. This is like a $500 or $600 camera, so I don't know how easy I can just sell it. I've barely used it, so maybe I can sell it. Maybe there's a market, but anyways, that'll just delay the interview stuff, so maybe that'll have to be pushed for another like month or two. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.